I want you to understand that life is not what we thinking it is. It's what other people made our life. In my case, I was born in Yugoslavia. One big country, 6 republics. Every republic speaks different language, different religion, different culture, different letters. But we called ourselves brothers and sisters. So I was born in Osijek in Croatia in a family of the two typical communist workers. My father was a typical communist product. He will wake up 4:30 in the morning, he will have the half a packet of cigarettes, 1 liter of the Turkish coffee, and then he will drive himself on a bike every single day in a factory, which was 10 minutes away from our home. 10 minutes. Because the car was for the luxury, was considered luxury. It was for the people who were the thief, the criminals, or the party members. Party members, they need a car because they are smart guys. My father will say this to me. My mom, she was, again, different type of breed of the woman. She was lazy. She was kleptomaniac. My mom, she loved to steal other people's goods, items, objects, whatever she can come across. And then who she would blame? Me. That eventually in 1986 on a Christmas Eve, my parents have enough of me because, I didn't show the willingness to become what they want me to become, because my father make a prophecy. One day, my son, you, yes, you, my son, you will be the cleaner. You'll be nothing else, nothing more. And I was embarrassed of my actions. So 1986, my father decided, after having all these beautiful vitamin drinks, the grappa, the wine, the beer, he decided to kick me out. 1986 on Christmas Eve. It was beautiful, snowy evening. In communism, Christmas was not so celebrated, but, people were still doing what they could do with the things they had. And eventually I found myself on a street and my grandfather appeared out of nowhere. The man who I owe a lot. The man who put me on a right path. My grandfather was at that stage second man in charge of secret intelligence police in communist Yugoslavia. And he was a man of the few words, but he was righteous, he was professional, and above all, he loved me. So he saw me on the street, he tried to bring me back to my parents. They say, we don't want you. And my grandfather took me under his wing. So, growing up in communism, I'm proud I grew up in communism. I'm proud that I was a part of the system nobody can understand. It's a relics today. It's an ancient history. It's a history channel. But everything in life has meaning. Living in communism gave the purpose for the future in my life. And I always said to people, be careful what you wish for. I always wanted to have the things from the top shelf. I always dream along with my friends. Even I was a little thug, little petty criminal. I was loved to fight, I loved to stab people. I was in juvenile. I was stealing things, literally stealing. Not my mom stealing from the shops, chocolates, the drinks, because I wanted to have those things. And then I realized later on in my life that the reason why I was with those criminals, so-called alpha males, was because they showed me some type of respect, love. So my grandfather took me under his wing. And somehow, 1991, I was 18 years old. I was in big love with a girl who was overnight become my enemy. My sworn enemy, correct. Now, if you go back on my story in Yugoslavia, 6 republics, 2 territories, different languages, different culture. Eastern Bloc countries was falling like a house of cards, falling one after each other. The last one was Romania with the bloody coup d'etat of civilians against Ceausescu. Yugoslavia was the only bastion left in Europe being a communist country. However, that very quickly turned into the civil war. First, federal forces versus Croatia, who wants to be independent, and then becomes something more. It was a fight between two religions, two opposing thinking, two opposing cultures, and the war just started going from bad to worst for myself. Why is that? Because eventually I found myself on my own. July 14th, 1991, my parents decided to leave me. And yes, I wake up one day in the morning on the 4th of July. Beautiful sunny day. It was awesome day. It was like, when the summer comes, just like, you just want to be out, daydreaming about things. And I heard a hard knock on my door. And there was two military police officers, and an army officer requesting my presence in army barracks. And I told them I'm gonna appear in army barracks in a couple hours because I just wake up. I was drunk because my girlfriend night before became my enemy. And for me, life started to become something different.